Cleared for the stars. FAA greenlights SpaceX's Starship Flight 9. In a landmark decision that could shape the trajectory of space exploration for decades to come, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, has granted SpaceX the regulatory green light to proceed with the 9th integrated flight test of its towering Starship megarocket. This long-anticipated approval, announced amid heightened public interest, scientific anticipation, and corporate ambition, signals a major step forward in humanity's quest to establish a permanent presence beyond Earth's orbit. For SpaceX, led by tech visionary Elon Musk, this moment marks not just another test in its Starbase launch campaign, but a dramatic leap toward realizing a multiplanetary future. Starship Flight 9 will be the latest in a series of increasingly sophisticated tests designed to validate the world's most powerful launch system ever developed. The vehicle, consisting of the first stage Super Heavy booster and the upper stage Starship spacecraft, stands at a staggering 394 feet, 120 meters tall, making it taller than the Statue of Liberty and more powerful than NASA's Space Launch System, SLS. Together, the two stages are powered by a total of 39 Raptor engines, fueled by liquid methane and liquid oxygen methalox, designed for deep space reusability and interplanetary refueling. The FAA's decision to approve the mission comes after months of intensive engineering refinement and environmental scrutiny. Since the explosive conclusion of Flight 1 in April 2023, SpaceX has gone through multiple iterations of upgrades to both hardware and flight architecture. Each flight, culminating in Flight 8, offered invaluable data that shaped the systems set to be tested in Flight 9. These include a vastly improved hot staging separation mechanism, designed to ignite the upper stage engines before detaching from the booster, as well as strengthened heat shield tiles to protect the spacecraft during atmospheric re-entry at near-orbital speeds. But beyond the vehicle's technical readiness, FAA approval also reflects broader institutional confidence in SpaceX's ability to conduct these high-energy launches safely, responsibly, and in accordance with federal aviation law and environmental regulations. As part of the approval process, SpaceX was required to submit a comprehensive safety review, risk assessment, and environmental compliance plan addressing previous criticisms and concerns. These included loud acoustic signatures, debris fallout, impacts to local wildlife and endangered species habitats, and the economic and cultural disruptions to communities surrounding the Starbase launch complex in Boca Chica, Texas. The FAA worked closely with a coalition of federal and state agencies, including the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, to assess SpaceX's proposed mitigations. The company responded by deploying a large-scale water deluge system to absorb acoustic energy during launches, reinforcing its blast deflectors, and updating emergency response protocols to protect both employees and the public. Local conservation groups, while still voicing concerns, have noted the increased transparency and engagement from SpaceX in recent months, indicating a shift toward more responsible development practices. From a mission standpoint, Flight 9 is expected to attempt the full suite of launch, separation, orbital coasting, and controlled re-entry maneuvers that SpaceX eventually hopes to perform routinely. The booster is slated to execute a partial return flight and splashdown attempt in the Gulf of Mexico, while the Starship upper stage is expected to complete nearly a full orbit before descending into the Pacific Ocean near Hawaii. Though no payload is being carried, the test will function as a high-fidelity rehearsal for future missions involving cargo, crew, and lunar hardware, including upcoming contracts with NASA and commercial spaceflight clients. The stakes of this mission stretch far beyond the Gulf Coast. Starship has already been selected as NASA's Human Landing System, HLS, for the Artemis 3 mission, which aims to return American astronauts to the moon by the end of the decade. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson has frequently underscored the importance of SpaceX's progress on Starship, emphasizing its role in achieving a sustainable presence on the moon and serving as a proving ground for future Mars expeditions. With the Artemis timeline facing mounting pressure, the success or failure of Starship's test flights could directly impact the United States' long-term lunar goals. Meanwhile, Elon Musk continues to frame Starship's development in almost mythic terms. Starship is the holy grail of space technology, he said during a recent interview. It's the system that will carry us to Mars. But it must first become the most reliable and reusable rocket ever built. To that end, SpaceX has accelerated production of Raptor engines at its McGregor, Texas facility, expanded manufacturing of booster and ship prototypes at Starbase, and scaled up staffing and automation across its vertical integration centers. The company's relentless development cycle is mirrored by its growing dominance in the commercial launch sector. As of 2025, SpaceX handles more than 70% of all global orbital launches, thanks in large part to its reliable Falcon 9 workhorse. Yet, even as Falcon 9 continues to set reusability records, the company is making clear that Starship is its ultimate ambition, a platform capable of launching over 150 metric tons to orbit in a single mission, refueling in space, and enabling crewed voyages to Mars with relative cost efficiency. Public excitement is surging once again as the countdown begins. Enthusiasts, engineers, and everyday citizens alike are watching closely, many planning to gather near Boca Chica or tune in via SpaceX's livestream, where the launch is expected to be broadcast with detailed mission commentary. Local economies are already seeing a boom from increased tourism and media presence, with hotels in Brownsville and South Padre Island booking up rapidly. Yet despite the celebration, SpaceX and the FAA are tempering expectations. As with all test flights, there is a non-trivial chance of failure. Anomalies could occur at any point during ascent, separation, or re-entry. This is still a very experimental program, noted an FAA spokesperson. Our job is not to guarantee success, but to ensure safety. SpaceX echoed this cautious optimism, framing Flight 9 as another step in a long journey of learning, not a final product demonstration. As Flight 9 approaches, the world is again reminded of the power of perseverance, risk, and vision. The FAA's approval is more than just a document. It is a validation of how far the commercial space industry has come and a symbol of how much further we are willing to go. With every bolt secured, every Raptor engine test fired, and every line of software validated, the moment of ignition draws nearer. And when the engines roar to life and Starship rises once more into the sky, it will carry not just the hopes of a company or a nation, but the enduring dream of exploration that defines the human spirit.